Is your raving hunger for gemstones and crystals much bigger than your wallet? Yeah, me too. And while I would love to have some showpiece specimens to show you, for instance, this geode is actually my mother's. What I'm sharing with you today are my crystals for everyday practice, the workhorses of my collection. Easier to afford, but no less powerful, because it's not the so-called quality or clarity of the stone that matters. It's finding a resonant match with your own energy that determines effectiveness. Hello, wild ones. It's Cypress. Today I'm sharing some of my favorite rocks and crystals and how I find they work best for me. I hope this inspires a nugget or two. You can add to your own relationship with the stones, but as with all energy work, it's highly personalized, so ultimately, always consult your own intuition. And quick clarification, I'm not deeply proficient with the magical lapidaries, so for the purposes of gem correspondences, I'll be paraphrasing heavily from the Crystal Bible throughout this video. Alright, let's talk gemstones. If you've spent any time with protection stones, you've heard of black tourmaline. It is the quintessential defense mineral. Because this borosilicate is black, yes, I had to look up borosilicate, don't judge me. Because it's black, it's good for clearing, banishing, grounding, balancing, shielding, mental sorting, and can work with all the chakras, but is particularly resonant with the root. But ultimately, black tourmaline is best known for its ability to absorb dense negative energy and neutralize it. And this is why it's so useful to me. I've always struggled with being super sensitive to what I call human radiation. When I discovered black tourmaline, it was a real game changer. Bigger isn't always better, but I looked for the biggest, chunkiest hunks of the stuff I could find. No need for it to be highly polished, for I procured it to catch and filter energetic smog. I have a heavy pendant and a ring and a bracelet that together make a pretty strong force field. In fact, I have a friend who wouldn't even try the ring on because it has a very obvious feel to it and it weirded her out. I've also got a more polished pendant and earrings if I should need to keep it dressier. And I'll tell ya, when I'm wearing my tourmaline, I seriously feel like I've got Wonder Woman's bullet-reflecting bracelets on.
All the world is waiting for you. And the power you possess. In your satin tights.
I love this stone. Translucent selenite is another well-known crystal with an enormous working range. It's almost as universally useful as clear quartz. Just be careful handling it as it sheds microsplinters and they're invisible. This particularly attractive form of gypsum offers clarity and suits the crown chakra. It helps with insight, judgment, telepathy, healing, and to access higher realms. Selenite supports deep peace and is useful in purification. The striations, much like we saw in the tourmaline actually, contribute to flow. Now, please consider, selenite's effectiveness can be highly individuated, and what I mean is that each person must find the individual hunk of it that will work for them. When I found this large wand or rod, I was in a gem shop with my mother and saw this particular one from across the store. I pointed it out to Mom, who then also got super excited. My heart sank because, of course, I'd let her have it. But it turned out she was smitten by an entirely different piece, one I wouldn't have even considered. The flow is really strong for me with this one. Hers a lot harder for me to tap into. So whenever you can, pick out your crystals by feel, but at the least, have good images if you're looking online. And for me, it's this flow magnifying ability of selenite that makes it useful. When I'm using Reiki, a sturdy brick of selenite under the table really boosts energy flow declotting. Although admittedly, it might be too late for this patient. Prehnite, if I'm even saying it correctly, is not really talked about much. I suppose it's not a very flashy stone, often cloudy and occluded, a bit like pond water, actually. But looks can fool you. This silicate works on the frequency of unconditional love. It serves well for visualization and deep meditation. The mossy green color qualifies it as a good stone for nature's energy grid or healing the environment. It's a stone of harmony and connecting with higher beings. It has a key functionality of healing a lack of love or healing the healer. I discovered this stone when I was in the early days of learning to work with shadow. I have been guilty, as a lot of wounded people are, of giving more than I could afford. In love, empathy, emotional labor, you get the idea. And when I get this stone near me, it feels soft, cool, and oddly comforting, as though I've managed to apply a salve to the jagged gashes in my heart chakra. I use Prehnite in jewelry form so that I can drape myself in that soothing sensation. The nearest I can describe how it feels is to imagine a swamp that is also a luxury spa. Like the green, cloudy, muddy water has magical curative properties, and I'm getting a mystical spa day courtesy of Mother Nature. I guess that probably sounds weird, but a magical wetland mud mask is how I interpret the sensation I get from this stone. Now, this little fossilized creature is an extinct nautiloid cephalopod from well over 400 million years ago. The Orthoceras and the ancient limestone it comes encased in holds a connection to the wisdom and ambient energy of a truly ancient Earth, from long before humans were around to fuck everything up. This stone has deeply powerful grounding properties, and the black color, of course, means it has effectiveness with cleansing and clearing. This little dish sits on a table in my dressing room and receives my jewelry when I take it off. Whatever weird energies have accreted while I was wearing it can just dissipate overnight in the care of these unfathomably old fossilized sea creatures. I know some folks prefer a selenite plate for cleansing stones, but I like how this bowl actually holds the jewelry. If you've somehow missed out on Labradorite, then, well, you're missing out. Get to a gem shop immediately and hold one up to the light. It's a deeply mystical crystal. The almost holographic iridescence lends it a connection with the northern lights and deep magic. That iridescent reflectivity makes it a great crystal for deflecting negative energy. So it's a good protection stone. And the deep indigo color gives it amplitude in raising consciousness or accessing other worlds or other lifetimes. The stone aids in intuition, psychic work, and initiation into the mysteries. This is my stone. This is my me stone. Like, if I had to pick one and only one crystal for the rest of forever, this is it. I mean, it's blue, it's electrically sparkly, and it's darkly mysterious. It checks all the boxes. My impression of Labradorite is like if lapis lazuli were on psychedelics. Like, wearing this stone makes me feel like some ancient priestess oracle seer living her best life in a lavishly furnished mountain cliff temple. In today's video, we've looked at 5 of my favorite stones and crystals. But this is not a comprehensive list. I can keep going, so maybe we'll make a series out of it. who knows? I mean, we haven't even mentioned carnelian, moonstone, larimar. Do you share some of my favorites? What are your best go-to stones and why? Thanks for watching, Wild Ones. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep the magic wild. Hey, come on! Hi. Yeah, how you doing? I just started filming, so like that's really bad timing for me right now. Yeah. Hey, you're being cute. I just need you to sit still. Whatever you're gonna do, just do it still. Okay. You're killing me, Smalls. I need to talk to the camera right now. Babe. Are my crystals... Why is this hitting the wall? Nothing like having your battery die in the last 2 lines of the script, because that's great for continuity. Don't claw stuff! Hey, I can hear what you're doing to the couch. Yeah.